Hello, friends. Well, we made it. It's the end of 2025. And by definition, the end of anything is the beginning of what comes next. That's what I want to talk to you about right now. I think by any measure, the year we've just lived through, 2025, I think we can call it a year of extremes. Not necessarily just bad things or even good things for that matter, but big things, big changes in the world. That could only mean one thing: big changes in our lives. And those big changes, that simple fact that we are living this time of extremes, it has informed everything that I've offered to you through this year. And this has been a big year. Wow, it's been a big year. I've done some things this year a little differently than I've done in the past. We began the year with the release of a brand new book, Pure Human. And we set some sales records, and I'm excited to share with you that book goes into paperback in January of this new year, of January of 26. We created with the publisher. I partnered with Hay House, my publisher, and we built a beautiful multi-hour webinar based upon that new book to launch it into the world in a number of different languages. I partnered with the Unity company, Younity. I know some of you are very familiar with our friends at Unity. Some maybe have not heard of them. They're based in Basel, Switzerland. I have worked with this company for so long. The current owner, Pablo, is a dear brother. He's a dear friend. I worked with his parents back in the 1990s when they had a similar company to offer information throughout the European countries. And wonderful people, and they do a beautiful job. We created a 10 module course titled The Human Blueprint based upon that new book, Pure Human. I partnered with the humanities team and a dear friend and a really just a brilliant woman, Dr. Sue Morter. She and I have a lot of parallel history in terms of our relationship with indigenous traditions, indigenous explorations, and the power of human divinity. And we chose to channel that into this course with Humanities team. It is a course on human divinity, unlike anything either one of us has ever done before. I am excited to say to you that I just, within the last few days, have completed filming season 4 of Missing Links with the Gaia Corporation. And I'm excited to open that series again. We began in 2017, took a couple of years off. New content, new set, everything is new and it's beautiful, and I'm excited to share that with you. So, all of this is only possible. It's only possible because I have an amazing team behind me that supports me in ways that you will never see. And for that reason, I want to take this opportunity, the end of the year, this holiday season. It's impossible to thank everyone that works with us, but I have a core team that I do want to acknowledge. Lori Wilmot, my executive director, February of 26 is 31 years we've worked together, and that is a mind blower to me. Chelsea, who is our marketing director, we have worked with for more years now than I'm even counting. I'm not even sure how many years we worked together. Does an amazing job with behind the scenes, all of our social media and our marketing and tracking the technology that keeps us current and keeps us safe. She's done an amazing job. Rita takes care of all of our business, the contracts and the business deals and things like that. Vitali, my brother, you were living in Europe, you moved to the US, you are supporting and managing our YouTube channel, and you have done such a beautiful job to help the images and the content be consistent and to organize it in a way that makes it accessible to our community, different channels based on different kinds of content, ancient civilizations, heart-brain coherence, human divinity, climate change. As a scientist, I'm speaking to many of these topics. So this team, you team, you are awesome. Couldn't do it without you. I appreciate you deeply. There are others working behind the scenes and many contractors. And to honor their privacy, I'm not going to call them out by name. I'm just going to say I love you. I appreciate you. I respect you, and I couldn't do it without you. And lastly, but not leastly, I want to look right in the camera and I want to thank you. You, my audience, but you're more than my audience. You're my community, but you're more than my community because you're my family. my global family, and I want to thank you for all the love and support that you have shown to me and my team this year in 2025, from supporting the content that we have created and the books and the courses and the videos and all of those things, to the travel. You have left your countries, you've left your homes, you've left your families, you've left your jobs for a few days, you've crossed borders, you have crossed oceans, you have risked your lives in planes, trains, automobiles, and Ubers to come to create the community that we find in our live events. And I want you to know that I recognize what you have done to make that possible. And I recognize the trust that you have placed in me to make those kinds of sacrifices in your lives. And I want you to know how much that means to me. You know, the Zoom programs are beautiful, and I'm really happy for the technology. And there's a magic that happens when people come together in live events, a community. It's heart to heart, mind to mind, brain to brain. It's the connections that often happen between my sessions, where people meet one another and they find synchronicities and synergies, and new companies have been created, new relationships have formed just because we've come together as humans. And I think that's something that we cannot replace through the technology. And I appreciate you making that possible in our lives. So, team, I couldn't do it without you. And team Planet Earth audience, I couldn't do it without you. 2026, I think, is going to be a big year for all of us. I am an optimist, certainly, and I'm a realist. Realistically, the challenges that we have just lived through, they haven't ended. I think we're going to continue those challenges. What makes me so optimistic is that in many instances, the challenges in the world are pushing us to remember who we are. And that's really what this content is all about. The book, Pure Human, it is a celebration of an aspect of our humanness that science is struggling with right now. There's a spark that lives within each of us that cannot be measured at this time through technology and instruments, yet it is the spark that sets us apart from all other forms of life. And the experiments are now indicating that that spark exists. It's our connection to a part of ourselves that doesn't live inside the human body. And that's why when we begin to replace the human body with the synthetics and the AI, we lose something that is so precious. We lose our very humanness. And we're losing it before we even fully know what it means to be human. So in the year to come, you're going to see me continue to create the content that reminds us of the deep truth of who we are, what our potential is in this world, and our ability to navigate the world in a healthy way into the new world that's emerging. You know, the old world is unsustainable. People keep saying, I can't wait to go back to the way things used to be. I can't wait till things get back to normal. The world that they are envisioning no longer exists. We cannot go back to a world that no longer exists. We're here now, and we can only move forward. We're in a process, and it is a process based upon cycles, natural cycles of cosmology, of astronomy, cycles, geologic cycles, climate cycles, cycles of social potential, cycles of engineering, cycles of human conflict that happen every 17.5 and 56 years. All of these cycles and more, they're converging right now in this little window of time in our lives. And that little window is our precious opportunity to turn the tide, to navigate this world into the beautiful, healthy world that we know is possible in our hearts and that we've seen in our minds. And it begins with us remembering who we are and allowing that spark of divinity from within us to be expressed in the way we use the technology in the world outside of our bodies. That's what 2026 is going to be about for all of us. I've been asked what it is that gives me the strength, what it is that encourages me, where do I get my optimism from? And there are many answers to that, many sources. But I think one of the primary things that lights me up every day, you've heard me speak about this, 1945, in the deserts of Egypt near a village of Nag Hammadi, a cache of documents were found that were believed to have been destroyed in the third and the fourth centuries by the early church, because those documents revealed the deep truth of what it means to be human in a way that empowered us as individuals and meant that we didn't need the power structures around us, at least to the degree that they wanted to think so. Those documents became known as the Nag Hammadi Library, the oldest unedited records of the New Testament, the oldest unedited records of the Gnostic texts that were forbidden and destroyed. And it is the second most dangerous of those texts that is called the Gospel of Thomas. It's a very unusual document, 114 sayings attributed to Yeshua, later translated into the name of Jesus, that were written by a scribe, the scribe Thomas. And saying number 70 encapsulates everything I'm saying to you right now. It's what lights me up in the morning. It says that if you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you. There's a spark that lives within each of us. It lives within you. It's already there. You don't have to attain it by going to workshops and creating all kinds of mystical components outside of your body. That spark has always been with you, and through the ages, there have been efforts to repress and deny that spark. Our job is to peel back the layers that have denied our divinity. Because when you take away the programming and you take away the lies, all that's left is what's true. All that's left is your humanness. All that's left is your divinity. I'm going to invite you to think about that as we go into this new year. No matter how difficult those challenges that life brings to your doorstep, no matter how difficult they may look, I'm going to invite you to remember, if you bring forth what is already within you, that divine spark, that is where you will find the remedy. That's where you find the healing. Expressions of your divinity are imagination, creativity, empathy, sympathy, compassion, forgiveness, love, healing. Those are all expressions of this divine spark. So in the year to come, I'm going to invite you to love without fear. Love without fear, even if you've been hurt in the past. Forgive, because it's the thing to do. Forgive, even if no one sees you doing the forgiving, even if it's not acknowledged. Don't be afraid to have empathy for our brothers and sisters. So many of us have almost become desensitized by the magnitude of the suffering and the atrocities in the world. And I'm in there with you. And I have to work to awaken my sense of empathy and sympathy for my brothers and sisters, because that is the spark of our humanness shining through. Don't be afraid to imagine. Imagine and create in ways that are innovative, because AI cannot imagine the way that humans can. We have the ability to see and envision things that are not possible through machine intelligence. So I'm going to invite you to imagine and create, innovate, share your ideas with one another, communicate. This is where our humanness, where our spark shines through and allows our humanness to thrive. And in this way, we demonstrate the answer to the question that we are all asking ourselves. In closing, that question is simply this. It's all about love. Do we love ourselves enough to accept the gift of our humanness? Do we love ourselves enough to accept the gift of our divinity and those divine expressions of divinity in our lives? It's not a question you can answer with words. We answer that question through the choices we make and the way we live our lives each and every day. So I'm going to close. I'm going to say happiest of holidays to you. And I want to thank you for all that you're doing to live the best version of yourself in all the ways that I've just shared and more, so that together we create the best world possible. Thank you for the year that's been, all your love and support. I look forward to seeing you in the new year in 2026.